Welcome to the District Talk podcast. I'm your host, Chad, with District Home Loans. And this week, we have Emilia Lipsman.
Hello.
Yeah,
How
thanks
are
for
you
coming
all?
by, Amelia.
Oh, so happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
I think this is going to be a lot of fun because you're a realtor.
Yes.
And you also have a little experience in interior design.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's my
so I
education.
thought what we would do today is get to know a little bit about you and your history because you're Polish, and I think that's really cool, and I think that's something that people need to know about. So we'll talk a little bit about you and kind of like how you went from basically kind of how you ended up here,
Okay.
right, in the DMV, meaning the DC,
Yes.
Maryland, Virginia market.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, then we'll kind of explore kind of like what you're expert at, which is, staging a house, the interior design of the home, and getting folks ready to list their house. Does that sound
Perfect.
good?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Ready.
All right. Well, then let's just kind of dive right in. So you're from Poland.
Correct.
And what part of Poland are you from?
So I grew up just east of Warsaw, an hour from there.
Okay.
My family now resides in Warsaw, but yeah. So when I go, that's where I.
So you visit
travel to.
Warsaw from time to time?
Yes.
Every year or?
Pretty much. I mean, COVID kind of skewed things,
threw
but
through it,
I went
yeah.
last year for 6 weeks. I'm going again in 2 weeks. So yes.
Oh, wow. How long are you going for in 2 weeks?
Just 15 days. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Just 15 days, Just taking off work and leaving the U.S. behind.
Well, that's important. All my family is
Are
there.
you taking your family too?
Yeah, my son.
Your son?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All my family, like immediate family, my mom, my dad, my brother are there. So it's important to keep that connection, and it's important for my son.
Of course, yeah. Do they ever come out here to the States? They do?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you kind of get the best
You
of
get
both
the
worlds
both.
then, right? So you grew up outside of Warsaw, and how did you end up here in the DMV?
So this year marks 25 year of me being in America.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it's been a while. I'm kind of in a limbo. I don't know if I'm Polish.
Because you came when you were like 2.
Thank you. No.
No, but
I did live here longer than I've lived in America. So I mean, I'm sorry, in Poland.
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow, so I'm kind of in a limbo now,
What do you mean you're in limbo?
I mean, going to Poland is home, but it's not the same as when I lived there.
Okay.
And I never grew.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm from Maryland, so, when I would go visit, when I go visit my mom, she no longer lives in our childhood home.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like home,
It's home.
to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like maybe because your parents are no longer in the, not just the same house, but the different town, it sounds like. They're in a completely different town.
Different towns. It's also the culture and the experience. So when I'm here, I assimilated with American culture.
Okay.
And the positive, I think, of the American culture, you're like being upbeat, being kind, and not that Polish people are not kind, but like, friendly and smiling and all the stuff. Like when you just first interact with a person.
Yeah.
Polish people need a little moment to warm up.
Okay.
But when I go to Poland, also 25 years being here, the accent.
Okay.
Now I have the American accent.
I was gonna say you don't have a thick. You have an accent. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like thick. Like it's not like a thick accent.
No.
Yeah.
And they say if you move to a new country, whatever country it is, and you start speaking their language, right? Before you 12 years old, you literally lose your actual native accent.
Okay.
And then you speak fluently in that second language.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was older,
Yeah.
so it didn't happen to me. I didn't take any speech classes or anything like that.
I
but
mean,
like,
yeah.
So in English, you can hear me, speak with an accent. But now in Polish, when I go back home, they hear me speaking with American accents. Like, wait, where do you live? I'm like,
they're like, are you really
what do you
Polish?
mean? I speak Polish. What are you talking about? I'm like,
like you're on year 3 of like your Polish.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like in the limbo. I'm like, I don't belong here. I don't belong there.
Right.
I belong everywhere.
Okay.
I'm international.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So how did you end up in real estate then?
So
because you have some history with interior design. So how did that translate to real estate?
That love of design.
Okay.
And just love for homes and home improvement and things like that led me to it. I was raising my son. He was little, and I wanted something that, I could just have more flexibility with. Okay. And it was a perfect fit.
Okay.
It combined the love of design and the interest of homes and neighborhoods. So I started learning when I was staying at home with him, raising my son. I started learning about different communities in the area, different neighborhoods. I joined a really successful, at the time, firm where I learned all the basics of real estate.
Okay.
And that helped me a lot. Just dealing with clients, dealing with the aspects of real estate, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So from interior design then to real estate, obviously that's kind of like a natural like progression. What I wanted to kind of dive into today was, especially since I have you on, is how if I am, let's say I'm your homeowner, right? And I'm looking to list my house. Maybe what are the top like 2 or 3 things that we need to, like, I thought maybe we could kind of dive into like some of the top 2 or 3 things that we need to do to get the house listed.
Get you ready.
And get me ready.
Yeah. Get you ready to list.
I'm guessing, well, one of the biggest things that I always hear, and you can probably, maybe you can confirm.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Declutter.
Declutter, yeah.
Number 1.
Exactly. Okay, so
time.
the biggest thing I can do is declutter my house.
Correct. And do you know what that means? Declutter.
That means probably for me, that means I have to either sell a lot of stuff or put it in a
put it in storage.
Put it in storage.
Yes. Unless you already bought your house, new house, you can move it over there, or just have it in storage.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you have to be living in a sterile environment and just be like in a model homes type of setting. That's not what I'm saying. But first impressions are very, very important, right?
Okay.
So when you're listing a house for sale, it's your home, yes. You've raised your family there. You had your wonderful experiences, birthday party, anniversaries, whatever.
There's a lot of emotional ties to it.
A lot of it. You know, you have to disengage that.
Okay.
Completely.
Okay.
Because right now, as you're signing a listing with me and you're saying, okay, I'm ready to sell a house, Emilia, help me. I'll tell you, this is our transaction happening right now,
A contract.
What's that?
A contract.
A contract.
It's a contract. Yeah.
You have to look at it as you're now a business person.
Yeah.
This is a transaction, a business transaction, and obviously you want maybe the most money out of it. Maybe you want to sell it fast, right?
If I'm selling my house, I want the best. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we have to take that into consideration. And in order to get you that, I'm here to help you prepare for it in the best way I can, right?
Okay.
So number 1, yes, declutter, meaning put your valuables, your things that you're going to move with you, start packing it up, start putting it away, whether it's storage, move somewhere, put it in behind the closed doors, and yes, I'll help you there since,
Yeah.
I can help you stage. I can help you figure out how to lay out the house once you declutter.
Once we declutter.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
To make it look appealing. Because
Okay.
first impressions are super important.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like you only get one first impression.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the folks have to imagine they have to imagine themselves in that particular home, right? They have to imagine their furniture, and then maybe this is getting into the next topic.
Yes.
But like
that's the point number 2.
Yeah, point number 2. Like
which is
like
depersonalize.
Depersonalize. Yeah.
Yes, because since you now selling the property, not just your home, forget about this being your home that you've raised your family in and you grew up in whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming somebody else's canvas.
Yeah.
So they need to imagine themselves living in that space.
Yeah.
That's why staging is important, because a lot of people don't have that ability, unfortunately, to imagine, like, where is the sofa going to go? Where's the dining table going to go? Where,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not,
Yeah.
So you have to kind of help them envision themselves in that space.
Yeah.
And then depersonalizing it, take away any valuable pictures, anything, of religious kind or anything like that. Just, you don't want that to be a distraction to a future buyer.
Okay.
A potential buyer, a person who is going to come in and be like, okay, this is where we're going to put a crib. This is where we're going to put, our doggy bed, whatever it is.
Right. No, yeah.
Neutralize it.
Okay.
And then let them imagine that home that was yours. Say thank you to your home. I enjoyed my time in there, and let it go. And
So it's almost like they have to let it go before they even sign.
Let somebody else
before
start
they even
enjoying
sign
it. Yeah.
their, when they go to a settlement, they have to let it go. Basically, when they're signing their listing agreement.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like it's no
you're
longer.
committing.
This
you're
is
committing.
no longer your house.
You're committing yourself to do it.
This is mine now.
Well, and that's why I like to look at it as because it is a transaction from our end, yes.
Of course.
But at the same time, I know how important that is to people. It's the biggest transaction.
It's tough.
Of your life.
It's tough
to some people.
For you though, to be able to come in with a fresh set of eyes and be like, hey, that picture of you and your family that's over the fireplace. It's got to go.
And
like, what do you like?
Yeah.
You have that eye, and you have that eye just from an interior design standpoint. So not even like depersonalizing, but just the fact that like you can probably picture something else, which I think will probably lead into our next point, which is staging.
Yeah.
Right. So as a realtor, part of your responsibility is to make sure that the home is staged correctly. Mm-hmm. Right. So that's obviously with the consent of the seller.
Correct.
Right. Mm-hmm. They have to be open to that. But that being said, we've decluttered, we've depersonalized the house. I've gotten rid of all my pictures of my beautiful family.
I'm sorry.
I know.
No, you keep it and you take it to your next home. That's it.
Yeah. But so we've decluttered, we've depersonalized, and now we have to stage the house, right? So what's important about staging the home that, what value does that bring versus just, let's say a realtor saying like, yeah, let's just sell this house based on as is. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It makes sense a big time, just because, like I said before, first impressions matter.
Okay.
And imagine yourself being a buyer. You're at the beach, somewhere on vacation. We have beautiful summertime, nice, gorgeous, weather. And then you're thinking, shoot, we have family expanding, we need to change schooling, whatever you need to do, you're moving. And in September or October, you need to find a new house.
Yeah.
So you're like July, scrolling through Zillow listings or whatever on the beach.
Yeah.
And then you see clutter. You see somebody's personal stuff
in the pictures, you
all
mean?
over. Yes.
Okay.
Is that gonna entice you to go see that listing?
Not me.
Right. So
No. I mean, especially if you're looking at similar price points, right? You have, let's say you're looking at price points of 400,000,
yeah,
and you see these nice pictures, and then you see this one picture with
exactly.
Yeah.
So think about it as your one and only chance to impress somebody.
Okay.
You know, whether it's you going on a first date, you dress up nicely, whatever you want to do, this is your chance for showcasing your home. Well, staging it.
Okay. Do you have any tips then for staging? Like what, like prior to, which I don't recommend, but like let's say, because I think one of the biggest things I see as a loan officer is folks that are like, well, we have to do a couple things before we talk to a realtor. And I was like, no.
What do you mean?
Talk to a realtor first. You know, like, well, they're not ready to buy or sell because they want to take care of a drywall patch, or they want to paint, or they want to do a couple of different things in the house before they meet with the realtor. And I always say, well, no, talk to your realtor first. Get the realtor in your house and let them tell you, patch that drywall, paint. You know, because you may paint something that is not even like
the right color.
The right color. Yeah. I mean, like, so as far as how you get it ready, obviously, don't you think, I mean, they should reach out to a realtor first.
Oh, yeah.
Before
if you have
they start doing stuff to their house. Because they may be spending money on things that they may not need to spend money on. Or maybe they're spending the wrong, or like I said, with the paint. You know, what if they paint their walls like some beige color, right? And it's like
that is a very, very, very good point.
Right.
And I get asked about a lot of, when it comes to what to do. In fact, I have many clients on my design site that were now improving their homes, adding an extra bedroom, doing an addition, things like that, with the thought in mind that in a year or two, the resale value
it would help.
It's going to be much greater and better because of the home improvements that we're actually implementing right now.
Yeah.
So, yes, a lot of agents do have resources where they can, chat with stagers, talk to them, hand the clients over to the stagers and help them, in that aspect. What I do, I'm kind of a one-stop shop,
Yeah, you are. No, but seriously, like that's one of the great things about you being a listing agent is that you have the background.
Yes.
In interior design.
I have the vision. Sometimes I call it my sickness. I go into the I go into the room and I'm like, this is what I would change. And then some clients
sign here. Yes. Now get rid of this.
Yeah. And I have wonderful clients that are like, Emilia, whatever you say, we'll do. We trust you.
Yeah.
And some that need more convincing and like more proof of what it does to a listing.
But again, it goes back to the whole, they're probably tied. They've been in that home for years and years and years.
It's very emotional.
And they're
it is.
emotionally tied to it. And you telling them that they're, I don't know, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Well, it's a fine line, and you have to be very, very conscious of how you tell your clients, wait, well,
sure, you have to be like, you have to
politically correct, and there is a little bit of psychology to it too, which I love and I've studied.
Well, I love the way you put it. I love the way you put it. Like, look, you are listing your house right now. We are in a contract. this is no longer your home. Just think of it as this is no longer your house. And just let me do the work for you, because that's why you're getting paid.
Well, that's why people hire realtors.
Right.
You know?
That's why.
Listen,
yeah, exactly.
Our role as a realtor, and I'm sure you're reading the news and everybody heard the news and everything like that. Listen, I always compare it like it's like with lawyers, right?
Yeah.
If you're in trouble, let's say you got a speeding ticket and you need to get out of that trouble, you can hire a good lawyer to get you through it. You can hire, maybe a mediocre lawyer or somebody from whatever, that can get you by, or you can go represent yourself in court.
Right.
It's the same thing with realtors.
Right.
Right. And who you choose matters, and who you work with does matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, I think if I were to sell my house, and this is no, prejudice here, but I would say I would totally think of you as far as being a listing agent for me in my home. So I think
I'll be honored.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm not
you.
selling my house.
Oh, maybe you'll buy one.
Sorry.
I'll help you.
Yes. And that's being said, as much as what we've chatted about selling houses, you also help the buyers. You help buyers as well.
Buyers,
so you're
renters.
not just a listing agent.
Yeah.
You are also a buyer's agent as well.
Buyer's agent. I help renters as well, and also investors. I have nice Rolodex and investors. Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you wanted to add? Are you? No?
I don't know what to add. I told you.
Okay. All right. Well, Emilia, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me at Remax. I work in Rockville.
Okay.
And you can find me at EL Design on Instagram.
EL Design on Instagram. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Okay. And how about a phone number? Throw out a phone number.
Oh, phone number 240.
If you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, 994-7040. Text me, call me anytime.
Okay. So we got your phone number, EL Design on Instagram, which is where we can find you.
Yeah.
And hey, I so much appreciate you coming by today. I had so much fun, and definitely want to have you back for sure.
Oh my God, this was a pleasure.
Was
I appreciate it.
Okay, good.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
It's so much fun.
Good.
I enjoy chatting with you.
Well, good.
You're very refreshing and fun, and you just know the right questions.
Oh, well, thank you.
And yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, you know what? We're definitely gonna have you back, because I'm sure there's lots more that we can talk about.
Yes, there is a lot.
Especially now that we know that you're not just a seller's agent, but you're a buyer's agent too. So we can talk about maybe how you can help out buyers.
Yes.
So
I'm happy to.
Okay, well, hey, thanks again for taking the time to listen to our podcast today. Again, I'm Chad with District Home Loans. Our guest is Emilia Lipsman. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll see you all in the next episode.
Thank you.